Imagine waking up and finding out the crime you faked for fame has now actually happened. Not to someone else, to you. She thought she was gaming the system, but she didn't know the system was watching her back. Before we dive in, if you're new here, welcome. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and let me know how your day's going in the comments. I'm always curious, who's watching these stories? And stick around till the end because this case, it starts strange and gets unbelievably darker. Tonight's story is about a woman who had everything the algorithm could ever dream about. Followers, brand deals, a perfectly curated life, but she wanted something bigger, more dramatic, more viral. She staged the perfect crime on herself: identity theft, bank fraud, social media tears, the whole performance. But when the feds got involved, suddenly the line between her lies and the truth disappeared. And what she found out is that sometimes the monster you make up online starts watching you back. Meet Avery Lane, 26, Los Angeles. Lifestyle influencer with one of those feeds where everything is beige, minimalistic, and suspiciously clean. She wasn't huge, not millions of followers, but she was big enough to get free skincare and a monthly check from two pretty decent brands. Avery filming herself crying for a story. She stops, wipes face, restarts because the tears weren't pretty enough. Authenticity, influencer edition. In early 2024, something changed. Avery's engagement dropped. Hard. Like, fell off a cliff. Shots of her posts. 40 likes, 23 likes, 11 likes. In the world of influencing, attention isn't a privilege, it's oxygen. And Avery felt like she was suffocating. Her manager calls. "We need numbers, Avery. Viral numbers. Something dramatic." And that one word, dramatic, was the spark that lit this entire fire. Avery scrolling late at night, hasn't slept, half-drank iced coffee beside her. She sees a trend. Influencers crying about being scammed, robbed, hacked, stalked. Millions of views, massive sympathy. "If this ever happened to me, I don't know what I'd do," one creator says. That's when the idea hit her. A bad idea. A dumb idea. Please, don't do this idea. She didn't want to fake a kidnapping or a robbery. Too risky, too illegal. Identity theft? Oh, that sounded safe. Just dramatic enough. Just viral enough. She had no clue that faking a federal crime is still a federal crime. Avery films herself with shaky hands. "Guys, I think someone's stolen my identity." She shows a fake bank notification, $349 charge from somewhere she's never been. She adds dramatic music. She rehearses the panic. She thought it would be a cute two-part series. Little did she know, the story was about to write itself. Because the next morning, she wakes up to a real fraud alert. A real bank message. A real transaction she didn't authorize. Oh yeah. Turns out someone actually did steal her identity. Before she even finished pretending it happened, Avery goes live. Her voice cracks for real now, not staged. "Guys, it's worse than I thought." Chat explodes. "Oh my God, stay safe. Girl, this is serious. You need a lawyer now." Her follower count climbs in real time. What Avery didn't realize is that mixing truth with lies is like mixing bleach with ammonia. The fumes are lethal. We see a government investigator watching her live on mute. A file with her name on it. Highlighted, "Possible fraud claim." By the time Avery finished the live stream, she had 3 brand deals paused, 2 million views, and somewhere, in a quiet office, a federal investigator saying, "Okay, let's see what this girl is up to." Avery wakes up, makeup smudged, phone ringing, caller ID, bank fraud department. She freezes. This is normal. Normally, they just ask a few questions. But this time, the voice is different, more serious. Miss Lane, we have multiple suspicious attempts on your account. Before we proceed, I need to verify a few details. Avery sits up, trying to sound scared, but this time she is scared. Yes, of course. What's happening? She thought she'd be controlling this story, but the moment she picked up that call, she wasn't the director anymore. She was the suspect. The agent asks about charges she's never seen before, states she's never visited, cards she's never opened. Her fake story wasn't fake anymore. Someone had hijacked her identity for real. Maybe coincidence. Maybe karma. Maybe someone watching. Avery swallows hard. We'll follow up. Stay available. Click. She's left shaking. The comment section turns into a crime lab. Avery posts an update video. Tearful. Authentically terrified. The comments go wild. Girl, this is federal, call the FBI. What if it's someone you know? You should file a police report as soon as possible. This feels deeper than a random hack. The irony. Her followers were giving her genuinely good advice on a crime she originally made up. Ding, another DM. Anonymous account. Stop talking about it. Avery freezes. Another DM. You're making this worse for both of us. She stares at the screen, heart pounding. And no, that was not part of her plan. Doorbell rings. Avery jumps. 2 investigators stand outside. Badges out. Polite, but firm. We're here regarding the identity theft case you reported. Oh, wow, already? They weren't there because of the fraud alert. They were there because of her TikTok. Inside, the agents sit, observing her apartment. Her ring lights. Her staged background. Her perfectly arranged, relatable decor. Your story has gained traction online. Avery nods nervously. And when a case goes viral, we have to make sure it's real. Avery's stomach drops. Agent Ramos asks routine questions. But something feels off. Why did you post about the crime before filing a report? Why did you say you were in Chicago last week when your flight was canceled? Why does your fraudulent charge screenshot show a filter? Avery's throat tightens. She came up with the identity theft story, but she didn't expect the government to start fact-checking it like a college essay. Avery tries to laugh it off. Jokes. Excuses. But Agent Ramos just keeps writing. Here's the part that twists the knife. While Avery was being questioned, the real criminal was watching. He mutters, "She shouldn't have talked. She really shouldn't have talked." He executes another fraudulent charge. $1,200 out-of-state purchase. Then deletes the notification before Avery receives it. This wasn't random. This wasn't coincidence. Someone was inside her accounts and inside her life. We'll be in touch, Miss Lane. Just a reminder. Filing a false federal report is a felony. Avery freezes. Felony. The word hits her like a punch. And if you're lying, now would be the time to tell us. Avery's breathing quickens. She shakes her head. No. I'm telling the truth. They leave. Her apartment door shuts. She locks it, slides to the floor. And that's when Avery realized she wasn't in control of this story anymore. The lies weren't hers to manage. The crime wasn't hers to stage. And the danger? That belonged to someone else entirely. Avery sits in her dim apartment. No ring light, no makeup, just panic. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Text message, stop talking. Last warning. Another message arrives instantly. You wanted this. Remember? Avery's heart stops. She whispers, no, 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 no. Then, a third message, I know your password. And that was true. A second later, all her devices log out. TikTok, Instagram, email, Everything. She's locked out of her own life. Avery screams. She faked identity theft, and now someone else owned her identity more than she did. Avery storms into a coffee shop, hood up, sunglasses on. Her manager, Lexi, waits with a laptop open. "Girl, you look like you just crawled out of a tornado." Avery sits down, voice shaking. "Someone's actually stealing my identity. It's not fake anymore, Lex." Lexi sighs. "Okay, let's slow down. You told me you were exaggerating the story for engagement. Copycat charges, screenshots, whatever." Avery buries her face into her hands. "I know, but it's real now." Lexi scrolls through Avery's accounts except she can't log in. Every password changed. Two-factor turned off. Recovery emails updated. Okay, this is bad. Influencers live online. So losing access to your accounts is like losing access to your entire identity. Lexi looks up, trembling slightly. "You need a lawyer." Like yesterday, Avery meets with Joshua Hale, a calm but intimidating cybercrime attorney. He listens, arms crossed. "So let me be clear. You fabricated part of the story before the real crime began?" Avery nods miserably. "And then you shared details online that could help a real criminal mimic your narrative?" Avery nods again. He exhales. Long, slow, painful. "You didn't just open a door. You threw it off the hinges." Josh pulls out a document. "We need to figure out whether someone stumbled onto your lie or whether someone already had access to your life." He slides the document over. A list of unusual logins. And that's when Avery saw it. A device ID she recognized. "No, that's impossible." Josh leans in. "You know that device?" She nods. "It's my ex-boyfriend's laptop." Avery's ex, working in a small tech office. Software engineer. Quiet, normal, unassuming. They dated for 6 months. He was smart, tech-savvy, and extremely bitter after the breakup. Avery stares at his social media. Everything looks normal. Too normal. She remembers. He once fixed her computer. He once set up her Wi-Fi. He knew her old passwords. He used her laptop more than she did. A flashback hits. Alex joking, "I bet I could guess every one of your passwords." She laughs. "How?" He smiles. "Because you use your dog's name for everything." Back to present, Avery whispers, "Oh my God, he could be doing this." But then, Josh flips the page. "Before you panic, this device is connected from a city 3 states away. He doesn't live there." Avery frowns. Someone cloned his device signature. Avery's blood runs cold. What does that mean? It means someone wants you to think it's him. The feds return, a knock at her door. It's Agent Ramos, and he's not smiling. "Miss Lane, we have new information." Avery steps aside, her hands shake. "There's evidence someone opened 2 credit cards in your name last month." Avery gasps. "I didn't. I never. Thing is, the addresses used for the applications were yours." She shakes her head violently. "No, I didn't open anything." Agent Ramos narrows his eyes. "And there are time-stamped selfies attached to the applications." Avery freezes. "What? What selfies?" "Selfies from your Instagram. Cropped, filtered, re-uploaded." Avery covers her mouth. Tears spill. Whoever's doing this, they're using your online presence to build a life as you. Avery collapses into the couch. She had pretended to be a victim. Now, she finally was one. Agent Ramos stands to leave. But then he drops one last detail. "Oh, one more thing. The credit card applications?" The IP address traces back to a building in downtown Los Angeles. Avery nods weakly. "Okay, so somewhere in LA?" Ramos shakes his head. "No, not somewhere in LA. The specific building." He hands her a photo. Her heart stops. It's a picture of her apartment building. The identity thief wasn't across the country. They weren't a hacker in a basement. They weren't her ex. They were close. Terrifyingly close. Close enough to steal her life. One piece at a time. Avery stands frozen, staring at the Department of Homeland Security photo that Agent Ramos slid across the table. The timestamp blinks at the bottom. 3:17 a.m. Atlanta Airport baggage claim. 4. Subject: Avery Marie Keller. Status: person of interest. She whispers, "I wasn't there. I wasn't even in the same state." Ramos leans forward. "Explain how you're in Atlanta, boarding a flight under a passport that just got red flagged by Interpol." "That's not me. That's my double. The person stealing my identity." Ramos doesn't look convinced. "You sure about that? Because to us, it looks like you're running from yourself." Commentators analyzing her facial expressions. Side-by-side comparisons of Avery versus fake Avery. Armchair detectives saying she planned this all for clout. Hashtags trending. Podcasters recapping the case like it's a Netflix show. In America, the internet doesn't wait for the truth. It builds one. Fast. Loud. And if you don't speak soon, it speaks for you. Avery's follower count drops by 200,000 inches a week. Her sponsorship deals? Gone. Irony. The girl who faked a crime for attention just became the most infamous woman online. Not for the reason she wanted. Avery starts piecing together every DM, every detail she fed the stranger online. She scrolls backwards, message after message, screenshot after screenshot, until she reaches it. The voice note, the one she played in her video. She listens again, but this time, she hears something new. A tiny sound in the background. Airport P. A system. A gate number. A boarding call. Her eyes widen. Oh my God, she really was doing it. Not a stunt, not a role play, not a clout scheme. This stranger actually became her. A new player enters the game. Whistler, from Cybercrime Unit. Detective Maya Whistler reviews Avery's original video. She pauses on the blurred figure in the stairwell CCTV. Zooms in. Enhances. Not enough to identify, but enough to see. Same shoes. Same bag. Same walking pattern. A deliberate mimicry. Her partner, Detective Jensen, frowns. Who copies someone this closely? Whistler doesn't blink. Someone who wants the world to forget the original. You think she's replacing her? No. I think she's becoming her. Avery sits on the steps, hoodie pulled low. A random Uber Eats delivery guy recognizes her. Yo, aren't you that girl who faked the FBI chasing her? I didn't fake it. Yeah, okay. My sister loves your videos. He leaves. She drops her head into her hands. Going viral used to feel like a blessing. Now, it feels like a punishment handed down by millions of judges you can't see. New email. Subject: stop pretending. Avery's breath catches. She clicks. The email contains a video. Black screen, a voice distorted. You started a game, but you forgot to read the rules. You wanted identity theft? Now live it. A photo appears. Leah's apartment building. Taken just minutes ago. Her blood runs cold. Then a second attachment comes through. A plane ticket to Atlanta, under her name, with her passport number, her real passport number. Avery's hand shakes. She's here. A whisper from the laptop speakers. Look outside. Leah's heartbeat slams against her ribs. She goes to the window. Slowly, carefully. She looks down at the street. A woman in her exact outfit, her exact hair, her exact body language, standing under a streetlight, looking up, smiling. Her phone dings. Unknown number. Text. Run. She looks back outside. The woman is gone. Not walking away, not turning a corner. Just gone. like she blinked out of existence. At this point, investigators officially changed the classification of Avery's case. No longer digital identity theft. No longer online harassment. The file was reopened under a new label. Imposter activity high risk. Subject unidentified. This wasn't about money, or clout, or hacking. This was something much darker. I thought she wanted my followers, my sponsorships, my online life. But she's not stealing my content. She's stealing me. Agents Jensen and Whistler enter with tablets in hand. A screen slides across to Avery. Explain this. It's a live stream. A TikTok live. With over 120,000 people watching. A girl doing a get ready with me, same bedroom, same lighting, same voice. But the worst part? The girl says, "Good morning, loves. I'm Avery Keller. Quick update, the FBI stuff? Just internet drama. I'm good." Avery feels her knees lock. That's not me. That's not me. Jensen's voice is low, controlled. America thinks it is. Detective Whistler and Jensen dig through digital records. Whistler clicks a file. Her eyes widen. She's using Avery's insurance, Avery's food delivery accounts, Avery's rideshare history, all the way down to the Starbucks order. This is full-blown identity replacement. No, it's worse. She pulls up airport footage, fake Avery walking confidently through TSA, passport in hand. She's not pretending to be Avery online. She's living as Avery. She turns to Jensen, which begs the question, what does she want with the real one? Avery sits on the floor, knees pulled to her chest. Her phone buzzes. A notification. New video posted by Avery Keller official. But she didn't post anything. She opens it. The imposter is driving Avery's car. Wearing Avery's jacket. Talking like Avery. Breathing like Avery. Headed to the airport for a brand collab trip. Big things coming. Loves. Stay tuned. Avery screams into a pillow. She didn't steal my identity. She stole my life. Unknown number. Distorted voice. She answers. What do you want from me? Nothing. I already have everything. A long silence. But you're lucky. I wasn't going to give you a warning. Warning for what? For what happens next? The call ends. We see fake Avery rolling a suitcase. She hands her passport to TSA. They scan it. A green light flashes. Have a safe flight, Miss Keller. She smiles politely. Walks on. Jensen, Whistler, and DHS analyst Patel stare at a screen. You're not going to believe this. He zooms in on the passport data. There are now 2 valid digital versions of Leah Keller in the system. Whistler's jaw tightens. She hacked the Federal Identity Registry. Patel clicks again. Patel inserted, meaning someone inside the system helped her. Jensen enters. We pulled the CCTV from the identity building. You'll want to see this. They watch. A woman in a hoodie walks into the registry office. Badge access. No alarm triggered. She walks out, calm, controlled. Whistler freezes the frame. Even blurred, even hooded. It is unmistakably Avery's build. She's rewriting reality. Avery talks directly to Whistler. I thought I was making content. I thought I was in control. I never thought someone would take it this far. She breaks down. Patel calls Whistler urgently. He points to a screen. We found her. A file pops open. Name. Ariana. Price age. 29 profession. Former digital identity analyst. Status. Terminated for unauthorized data access linked to deepfake experiments, social mimicry, psychological studies, cases of identity shadowing. Whistler's eyes go cold. She studies how to become other people. Then why Avery? Whistler scrolls. A note from a psychiatric evaluation. Subject obsessed with digital masks. Claims people are wasting their identities. Shows fixation on influencers who don't deserve their reach. Whistler stops breathing. She didn't pick Avery because she was vulnerable. She picked Avery because she didn't think Avery deserved to be Avery. Whistler, Jensen, and federal agents arrive. They scan the crowd. Then, they spot her. Fake Avery. Calm, smiling, holding Avery's passport, boarding pass in hand. "Cruise Ariana Price. Stop where you are." She doesn't run. She turns slowly. I told her the truth. She wasted her identity. So, I improved it. Agents surround her. She lifts her hands. "But you can't stop this. You can't prove she's the real one." They arrest her. But she laughs softly as they take her away. One identity, two versions. Good luck. Choosing. Avery sits beside her lawyer. Ariana enters in cuffs. The judge looks at both of them. "We have an unprecedented problem. Two identities. One digital footprint. Both validated." He sighs. "Miss Keller, are you prepared to prove you are yourself?" Avery whispers. "Yes." Ariana smirks. Avery sits in front of a new camera. Fresh start. Calm voice. 3 months ago, I made a video. I thought it was a story. A stunt. A joke. She shakes her head. But someone wanted my life more than I did. And for a while, she nearly took it. She looks into the camera. If you're watching this, don't play with your identity. Don't take being yourself for granted. Because, trust me, her voice softens. Someone out there might be waiting to take your place. Who do you think the real Leah is? Comment below. We're watching.